So that ring that Aragorn wears throughout the entirety of Lord of the Rings, the Ring of Barahir, has a super awesome, super interesting, and super important history in the Lord of the Rings universe. So the Ring of Barahir first enters our tale in Valinor, in the Undying Lands. You know the place where Frodo, Bilbo, and Gandalf go at the end of Lord of the Rings? Elf Paradise, the land of the gods. That's the place where the Ring of Barahir was forged. And the ring was actually owned by this guy, Finrod Felagund, the eldest son of Finarfin and the older brother of Galadriel, and he actually brings the ring with him to Middle-earth when all of the Noldor leave Valinor. During his time in Middle-earth, Finrod takes part in several battles, one of which was the Dagor Bragolach, or the Battle of Sudden Flame, and it's during this battle that he meets one very important person, a certain man by the name of Barahir of the House of Beor. Now, he actually saves Finrod's life, and as a token of thanks and friendship, Finrod gives him the ring, thus it becomes the Ring of Barahir. Now, Barahir would wear this ring until he was attacked and slain by orcs and the ring was taken, and then we get to his son. His son being Beren, who would come to be known as Beren One Hand and would go on to become one of the most important characters in the entire Legendarium. Now, Beren would go on to retrieve the ring and wear it for himself and go on his own adventures. Adventures that are detailed in the Silmarillion, but are even more detailed in Beren and Luthien. Now, eventually Beren did pass away, he was only a mortal man, at which point the ring went to his son Dior, and then from Dior to his daughter Elwing, and then from Elwing to her son Elros, who was himself the very first king of Númenor. Thus, the ring became an heirloom of the kings of Númenor until, thanks to political succession, it went to the lords of Andúnier, and then from them to the faithful Númenorians. Thus, it survived the downfall of Númenor and came to Middle-earth with the rest of the faithful Númenorians, and ended up in the hands of High King Elendil the Tall. Thus, the ring became an heirloom of the kings of Arnor until Arnor fell apart thanks to political dissolution and the rise of the Witch King of Angmar and a bunch of other stuff, and then the ring was ransomed around between people and, traded hands from one person to the other until it eventually landed in Rivendell. And then, in Rivendell, Elrond took the ring and the shards of Narsil and presented them to Aragorn, told him what they were, told him what they represented, told him who he was and what he represented, and thus set him on the path to becoming the King of Men.